You are listening to an Atomic Broadcasting production, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the feature presentation. And remember, do your part, such as like, comment, rate, and don't forget to tell a friend to tune in for an Atomic Time.
Whoa! What's happening, everyone? I've got more important convention announcements. May 30th to June 1st is Tremendicon. What is that, for those who don't know? A multimedia convention with plenty of learning, creators, cosplay, gaming, and fun too. We'll be there all weekend, so stop on by the booth, say hi, and get yourself one of our really cool free things that we have to give you. And don't miss the tremendous variety show Tremendamania. Join us on the night of May 31st for an hour of magic tricks, comedy, improv, skits, music, and more. And by more, I mean us. We'll be there. We're performing a TTRPG improv skit, and we'd love to see you guys there. And a huge thanks to the show's MC, the internationally awarded illusionist Dwayne Laughlin, for putting together such a great group of talented and imaginative performers. We all love fast-paced craziness, and this will have enough amazement to make you smile, laugh, clap, and cheer, and whatever else you may end up feeling too. And on June 20th to the 21st, come join us at the Hutch Comic-Con in Hutchinson, Kansas. We'd love to see you guys there, and we'll have some special announcements regarding that just a touch later. Now, back to whatever dramatic thing is currently happening.
Now, where did we leave off? Ah, yes. Einar left in a hurry after learning of Pharasma's injunction to learn his secret, and Nero showed similar distress after learning of Pharasma's wrath and of Val's betrayal of Corvus's secret. When Corvus failed to answer her call, she went to the Temple of Pharasma to find answers, only to face rejection at the threshold.
So our town has like a yearly festival.
Chili cook-off?
No, they
I'm sorry,
honor
Jenkins, what?
Moses Austin, who founded the city, along with a bunch of other places around there. He is dead now. Well, anyway, they put like a lot of stands and stuff.
I should. Wow.
that delivery.
Actually, fun
is
story.
dead now.
Fun story about him. He is buried there in town, but he has to be encased in like 5 feet of concrete because people kept trying to steal his body.
Are you talking about the
But
town you
why?
currently live in? Or
No, this was where I grew up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I was very confused there for a moment.
So Moses Austin is a vampire.
Well, no.
Austin.
But anyway, there's vendors that sell stuff, and I once got a PVC pipe marshmallow gun from
Yeah.
him. And that was the story.
I got a PVC marshmallow gun pipe thing at my town's chili cook-off.
Does your town also have its founder encased in 5 feet of concrete?
I couldn't tell you, but I can tell you they have a chili cook-off.
My town has a Scott Joplin festival.
My town is boring.
Your
Wait,
town
Scott-
doesn't have a chili cook-off.
Scott Joplin, isn't that the guy who wrote The Entertainer?
Probably.
Jordy?
I thought you said
Yes.
Scott Johnson.
Well, we also have the
Ska.
state fair,
Ska
so we have
Johnson.
several events, but like,
Scott Johnson, you know, the
That's
inventor
right, you
of
do
ska
have the state
music.
fair.
yeah. I wouldn't suggest going to it.
It's not a...
Okay.
All the rides are shaky
That's
in a
just
dangerous
fair.
way.
To be fair, so many towns have a chili cook-off.
They do.
Yeah, I mean, it was in The Simpsons. Not your chili cook-off, but there was an
No,
episode
it
based
was
around
my
it.
chili cook-off.
Actually, I have a funny story, not about a chili cook-off.
Does this mean that we canonically live in the Springfield of the Simpsons show?
Yes, because it is generic enough to be
Does-
any Springfield.
Does Springfield have a chili cook-off?
According to that one episode.
You know, I'm sure somewhere it does.
What was your story? Was it about chili?
No, I said that does. I have a story, but not about chili.
Well, then we don't want to hear it.
This is only for chili stories.
I don't even like chili, but I stand by the chili story. Thanks.
No, it's apple butter making days.
Oh, yes, I know where those are, and it is fantastic.
Aren't they?
Yes.
Anyway, So at Apple Buttermaking Days growing up, whenever we used to go there,
I
we
gotta say,
would...
that's so cumbersome. They should change it.
Apple
shorten
butter
it.
making
Apple
days.
Buttermaking Days.
They really should change.
ABMD.
Oh, I love it.
It's beautiful. Apple butter making days.
Apple Buttermaking Days. Apple Buttermaking Days.
I got the apple butter.
Anyway, continuing on with the story. We used to get the apple cider. I almost said apple butter. Apple cider from the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts used to have a booth there and get have really, really good apple cider. Well, I was 11, and my parents said, hey, go pick up a couple gallons of apple cider. So I went over there, and I grabbed a couple gallons, and as I'm walking away, I proceeded, or a gentleman proceeded to the length of the distance from between the booth to my folks, tell me how to make hard apple cider. He gave me the recipe, what kind of...
And you were 11?
I was 11.
Oh.
And
You gotta start
I
somewhere.
looked like I was 11.
The important question is, do you still remember?
I do. Because it is
He
such...
made an impact on your life.
It is such a vivid memory. I remember how to make hard apple cider.
He was giving you his he was the last of his kind and was giving you his family recipe for
Yeah,
you to
Sven.
continue on.
That
And
guy
you've done
probably-
nothing with
He
it.
probably doesn't exist anymore. He got
Mostly
beamed
because
back
I was
up.
very confused. I'm like, do I look like I can drink, sir?
Did you
No,
remember it?
He got buried
did.
in 6
You
feet
still
of
remember
concrete.
I do.
Can you go make some?
I could.
He's an...
I'm not going to.
So this guy is an advocate of underage drinking,
Could
is
you
what I'm
make an
hearing.
alcohol-free version for me?
You mean
Can
apple
I make
cider?
Just apple cider?
Yeah.
Can I make apple cider?
Wait, I thought this was apple butter.
alcoholic apple butter?
Hard
apple. Okay,
at the beginning of the story, he said
No, wait.
apple cider.
Oh, wait, okay, so...
No, wait,
Oh,
you
wait.
didn't listen. That's what I'm hearing.
Let me
You didn't listen.
Sam never listens.
So,
canonically.
I stopped listening.
Say my point, Sam.
No,
You don't listen.
I heard him say that part. I thought he said he went to go get apple cider and met this guy who told him how to make apple butter.
No.
And then I was like, can you just make me non-alcoholic apple butter? Because I didn't know apple butter was alcoholic. So can I have some
In all fairness, they do have like
what
they
did
do
you
have
say?
like
Just
alcoholic
apple
gummy
cider
bears.
alcohol? Is that alcohol?
Hard apple cider.
What was it called?
Hard apple cider. That's what he told me
Oh
to make.
right.
It's what it is what it's called.
I think that's stupid. Putting
So-
hard in front of something to mean it's alcoholic. I
The
think
moral
that's
of the
stupid.
story is
No, I
Sam
agree, but
doesn't
it is
listen.
canonical. It's what we use.
Listen, usually I do, but Claude asked me about Sentinel time. So
Well,
I
that
was
brings a
looking
good
at our
question.
things.
That brings a good question. Is a soft drink just a non-alcoholic soda?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
That's why it's a soft drink.
So there you go. You that makes
You people keep jumping to conclusions.
I can't jump.
Speaking of jumping, let's go ahead and jump into today's episode.
Hey.
I need a tally mark for every time you jump off of me. Not physically.
We get to the end and there's like a trophy for the number of, the highest number of times I transitioned off of what you said.
We call Michael Petit the diving board because we all jump off of him.
Hey.
I don't.
Dab.
I don't know.
I would like you all to imagine.
No.
I would like you all to construct a scene visually or auditorially or in any
All right,
way.
We'll give you some crayons and some
Become a
construction
method
paper.
actor over there. and
interpretive
just-
dance,
Yeah.
Can we
whatever
just
needs
give
to.
him a whiteboard.
Imagine apple butter making days.
I don't know what that is.
You're lost.
You need to narrate and describe the entire process. for
Except
us.
it's completely different. People are lined up down the streets. It's really more of a parade than it is an apple butter making days. Because everybody is gathered along the sides of the road as there is a detachment of military troops riding on their groomed and decked out horses, and some of them marching, and in the center of all of this busyness is a tall bearded man, and he's just waving at the crowds left and right as he goes down the streets. They're throwing flower petals and such, and one person standing by, clearly a foreigner, is just like, who is that? And somebody says, that's the king, Ostog the Unslain. He's heading out of town today on a military expedition. Somebody else is like, yes, we thought we'd have a bit of exposition in this opening of this episode. Just to let you know, There's been rumors of a dragon sighted on the north of town, and the king is on his way out to protect us all. Hurrah!
Oh, no, that's where the dragon's at.
Execute that man.
No, they just start throwing fruit at him. Flowers for the king, fruit for the boo man.
Thank you. I was hungry and needed fruit. Thank you so much.
Although what we do notice in the background of all of this excitement and frivolity, we see a figure who's probably not paying as much attention to what's going on, as she does seem a little bit concerned with her own problems at the moment.
Why are you looking at me?
Neros.
Oh.
This is what you encounter as you're leaving the temple. As you're heading back to the main thoroughfare, you're seeing this whole parade going through town as the king is heading out through the high gate.
Okay. I don't pay attention to it.
As you're walking along, kind of just avoiding the hubbub of the main thoroughfare, make a perception check.
Oh. Okay. What if I say no?
You could just choose to fail.
29.
With a 29, you do hear Einar coming up behind you.
I turn around.
And he suddenly looks down. Neros, what's up with the parade?
I don't know. Why are you following me?
I wasn't. I was lost in thought. What? And he looks at you, and you still look upset, don't you?
Oh, yes. I'm angry.
What's wrong with you?
I'm an abomination to nature. According to Pharasma.
What?
Yeah.
How? You talked to Pharasma?
No, Val did.
Val
she dragged me into it. So the goddess that I worship hates me. Isn't that fun? And she probably got someone killed for it. It's fine.
It's alright.
It's fine.
Apparently, some people are messing with the world in ways they shouldn't.
You mean like Al would?
I guess. Suppose he'd be one of them. I guess we're both contrary to nature.
What, the two of us? How are you contrary to nature? What did you do? Other than, knowing things you shouldn't.
He regards you for a moment and then looks above you out at the parade. I suppose it is time I tell you all. But Neros,
What?
God or not, they're not always right.
Okay.
And remember, Val is young, but she means well.
Yeah, she could have handled it a little more tactfully. Instead of just, spouting off information like it was just another day.
But I'm glad you're here.
Well, that makes one of us. So, you're spilling secrets. When, are we heading back then?
Do you need to talk?
No. It's fine. Guess we'll deal with it when we deal with it. Corvus may be dead and my goddess doesn't like me existing. But, it's fine.
He just hugs you.
Oh. Oh, right. She does the awkward, there pat on your back.
Don't leave.
Okay, Einar.
Don't leave.
Okay. And she pushes herself away from you. Are you all right? You're not the huggy type.
have everybody meet at the hideout in the evening.
Okay, I have no idea where everyone is, so that will be difficult. I'm just gonna hope everyone makes it back.
Then you be sure you'll be there.
I'll be there.
Good. And he walks off quickly.
That was awkward. And Neris will make her way back to the apartment.
As you return to the apartment, you see Kellig Anders, the landlord that Albert has been renting from, heading out at the front door, and he's got a basket on his arm, and he just goes, "Oh, I was just out to do some shopping. I'll be back. Your friend's inside.
Which friend?
The short one."
Oh, Zephyr. Okay.
That's not insensitive, is it?
I mean, we call him short.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were the tall one. I mean,
I'm not tall. I am average height. We have another one that's much taller.
I'm gonna stop talking.
Okay, you're gonna dig yourself a hole and...
Nope. I'm gonna go buy some vegetables.
It's not what I was telling... Okay.
And with that, he walks down the road.
I'm gonna go to the inside.
So as you enter, you can just hear Zephyr quietly talking in what was known as Lena's room previously. You can just hear him kind of mumbling. Nothing's really audible. He doesn't realize that you're there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore you probably, and then go upstairs to be by myself.
Are you going up to the third floor? We'll just keep making this place bigger.
So here's a headcanon. The landlord decided that we needed more space, so he knocked a hole between two apartments and added some stairs.
Exactly.
Albert's family is very well taken care of.
So it started off as a 1-floor apartment. It now has a basement and is a townhouse, has a second story, and now a third story.
Yes.
The third story is new.
I'm going to go up to the third story.
Freshly
Smells of
built.
fresh paint.
There's a lot of stories we can tell about this
A
place.
little bit of sawdust in there.
The fun part is the basement didn't actually exist until after they built it, so he had to dig underneath.
It still smells like new construction up there.
As Neros goes up the stairs into the apartment, we'll cut to the outside, and we see the sun high in the sky, and then we do that classic movie thing of just the crossfade to it's now near sunset, and it's starting to just get on towards twilight. As agreed on, everyone has made it back to the headquarters so far, except Einar, who hasn't made it back just yet.
As everybody's gathered inside the apartment, either around the table or in the rooms, from the courtyard, because we have a courtyard now.
Jenkins is in pain.
Hey, if that one inn where the ferry was can do it, we can do it. Just keep expanding.
Supposed to be a rustic, tiny little apartment.
It is.
It was.
The first floor is.
It's really comfortable. From the courtyard, everybody will probably just start hearing whirring and a rhythmic thunk, as if someone is chopping wood.
He's a robot.
What's the whirring sound?
Okay, I'm glad I
Go
wasn't
look.
the only confused.
Oh, okay. I thought I was supposed to know what the whirring was from the chopping wood part.
Nope.
Okay.
I thought
So the thunk is from the wood, the whirring is unexplained.
Yes.
Okay.
Thou will go to the window and look outside.
You see Einar practicing a peculiar type of swordsmanship.
Peculiar type of swordsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
You just swinging it around.
I'll explain when everybody gets out.
Okay. It looks like Einar's just outside swinging, doing his sword stuff.
Should we leave him be?
I look out the window again. We could probably go check in on him.
Should we get everybody?
Yes.
I'll go get Zephyr. I'm gonna walk off and go into what used to be Lena's room.
I'm going to roll perception to see if I notice you looking out the window. That's a 19 plus 17, so yes.
Yeah, she's not being very subtle about it.
He pauses and looks over, and you see him think for a moment, and then he just gestures for...
Oh, I wave.
He waves back.
Yeah, we should go down to him.
I'm dragging Zephyr with a mage hand behind me.
Am I that light?
No, but yes.
You're in the back room still? Upstairs?
I'm upstairs.
I'm tempted to start throwing rocks up at the window, but I think I'll go upstairs and knock on the door. Yeah, Val will just head outside and hop upstairs real quick, jumping over a couple steps.
Head outside and then go upstairs?
I thought that's what happened before. I thought they were outside stairs.
No.
There are now. There's an inside set and an outside set.
It's a double-decker deck.
The outside stairs.
Triple
I
decker.
swear last session someone stormed out of the room and then went up the stairs outside.
I think there's a staircase inside and there's also one outside. So it's one of those multi-level apartments.
I'm going up the deck,
apartment
the
makes no
staircase up
sense.
to the second story deck, and then I'm knocking on the
She's
glass
on the
door.
third story.
Then I'll go up to the third story and knock on the sliding glass door.
Why is there... Welcome to fantasy Nordic land. We have all of your modern comforts, such as plumbing and sliding glass doors.
If you were an architect, please.
I just wanted
when
to
we're
go
done,
upstairs, guys.
design this out.
I might do it for
I wasn't ever expecting to want fan art of an apartment.
I think it's less of fan art and more just explain this, please.
So you have knocked on the door.
Yes.
Okay. Go away.
Einar's here to talk to us.
Okay. Go away.
Okay. Are you going to come?
Yes, go away.
Okay. And then I'll go down the stairs. Not jumping multiple steps because now I'm sad.
I go down the stairs that are inside.
That's smart.
As you all make your way to the courtyard, Einar's gone back to practicing his swordsmanship, but there's a couple things different. One, you've never seen him really do any forms whatsoever. You know he's a warrior and skilled, but you've never seen him practice. As everyone's been traveling and whatnot, he's always had the cloak he always wears, fur-lined and heavy, with a special clasp. Now he just has a tunic. The swordsmanship, as you guys watch it, at first you might be confused, because it almost seems as if, as he swings to the test dummy, it hits when it's not close enough. To paint a mental picture, if you've ever seen the wobbly pencil trick, right? His sword almost looks like that, where it weaves and seems to curve and to reach out and strike in unnatural ways. Finally, with one last strike, embedding the sword in what's left of the dummy, he turns and looks at all of you in the light of the lamps from the house.
Since when do you practice?
I think all of them need to roll perception.
Okay. 24.
Oh, good.
26.
Sven, before I say what I get, because I have to choose this before I announce it, how funny would it be if I critically failed this?
You would be...
Would it be better if I didn't critically fail this?
Jordy?
Either of those would be awesome.
Because right now I can use my time shenanigans to try and not critically fail this.
And then we get attacked by some
Or I
bugs.
critically fail this.
This would be really funny for Alward to critically
Okay,
fail.
This would be.
I'm gonna critically fail. I rolled a 1. For a total of 16.
I rolled an unnatural 20.
So then that would be a success for Neros and for Val, and a critical failure for Alward.
What about me?
A regular failure.
Oh, okay.
You critically succeeded. So, what do Neros and Val recognize in your swordsmanship, Sven?
Neros would notice it, probably. It looks a lot like whenever she slaps out with her tentacles.
What?
What?
I'm confused.
How it curves, how it seems to have a natural reach.
His sword is a tentacle.
Oh, okay.
It's wiggly like a tentacle.
Gotcha.
Another thing that they would notice are his tattoos.
Oh my goodness.
Not again.
They aren't runes.
Oh, good.
Okay.
They could potentially recognize what they are, though.
I think with the success on that check, they would.
You've seen them before.
Oh, wow.
They look like Alwards.
I have tattoos.
He's
You have gems.
Oh, okay.
They're tattoos that look like gems, like Alward's gems.
Mm-hmm.
I was very confused. I was like, I didn't realize I had tattoos.
They look like Alward's Aphrite gemstones, but in tattoos.
Okay.
Are they like really small or hard to notice, or?
You only notice them because he is essentially wearing a short sleeve t-shirt.
Okay, so they're on your arms.
On his arms, up his neck too.
Oh, okay. So presumably under your shirt, you're covered in these.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Similar to Alward.
Mine are like freckles all over.
That's some fancy stuff there, Einar.
I developed it.
Is it a rash?
You
Well,
failed
you
your
don't
perception.
see
I was talking
anything.
about the swords,
Oh.
the sword fighting. The fact that his sword is hitting the dummy without hitting the dummy. In
I
a
can
weird wiggly
see
way.
what you look like. I'm not like noticing that it's the same
specific
thing.
things.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm not like... I failed, so I can't perceive you.
Where did Einar go?
I developed it by inspiration. It's not really useful in real combat, but it just helps me with remembering.
Oh, sort of like a meditative thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorta. No, let's come down to it. I'm not sure how to start. I don't know how to actually face you all again.
Again?
Did you do something, Einar?
Let me start from the beginning. I'm not from here.
From Joel.
No, he's definitely from around here.
But I'm from.
Just
I'm not from this time.
Time?
Zephyr, it's okay.
He said it.
No, it's all right.
I knew it from the moment I saw him.
It's all right, Zephyr.
What do you mean?
I knew it.
I suppose it would make sense that you would be the one to notice at first. I didn't know quite how to handle you,
Which one are you talking to?
Zephyr.
Oh. Not many people do.
I had a pretty good idea of how to play it off for everyone else.
Everybody knows that I'm an excellent spot of character.
You are. In a good way.
Speechless.
From my time, you all lost. The Eridsons won.
So they are doing really bad things.
Yes, Val. And it was terrible.
What, Alward kind of looks a little panicked when you bring that up. What war were you a part of again?
I don't have a name for it. Because to me it wasn't a war. It was more of the war, if you can call it that. It was more of a fight of the inevitable. And I was born into it.
So if we failed, does that mean we died?
I knew most of you growing up. You all continued fighting. I didn't know you, Zephyr. I don't know. They never said.
Well, was this later, like after now, or like was this?
I don't know. I didn't know anything other than what was in.
Well, it was a different time, so maybe something else happened that
I wish I knew. I wish they would have told me. They only said that you would be here. And
so they knew me.
Yes.
I mean, they were us, so...
We told you we would all be here. We sent you back in time.
No.
A different day.
This is also confusing.
How old are you again, Einar?
I'm 33.
What year were you born?
4740.
So, in 20 years, you're born. 30 years later, you're sent back.
Yes.
That would be awful. You'd be going through the same time period, like your whole life would take place in like 40 years.
Well, at least he can't run into himself.
Well, he might.
Well, he's changing time.
What if he's his own grandfather?
I volunteered because in the end, there wasn't any choice.
Okay, but who sent you back?
He did. And he
Alwood?
stares at Alward.
I can't. That doesn't make sense.
No, you now can't do it.
Well, I mean, I can't affect. Howard sort of just goes quiet and like fidgets while he thinks.
If only. It doesn't matter.
To be
What's
fair,
done is done.
To be fair, you didn't think that you could put me into your head and do one of those fight thingies. But we did that.
That is fully different. So it was just Zephyr who was missing?
Einar turns away.
Alward, make an occultism check.
Finally, something I'm okay at. I used my time ability for that. And my first roll was a 4. So I was like, I'm going to use my time ability. It'll give me a
now
plus
is an
1.
appropriate time to use time
I think now is a
abilities.
very appropriate time to use time abilities. Thank you. I got a 4, and I was like, I'll re-roll, see what I get, because it gives me a plus 1. I got a 4. So with a plus 1, my total is 24. With an expert in occultism.
So, interestingly, the result of your check is not high enough to succeed on what I was asking about. But what you did on your check with your time ability will actually give you the insight you were rolling for.
Oh, fun.
Ooh.
Screw you, Sam.
Oh, hi.
You ask if anybody else, you're asking, was Zephyr the only one missing? Einar just turns away without answering. And you start trying to figure out, what ramifications this could have. How does this all fit into your understanding of time and timelines and things like that? And it's not coming to you. So you do what you've done so many times before and practiced, and you're backing up into manipulating the timelines, manipulating those golden threads. And as you start very carefully moving through those golden threads, trying to take care not to get any of them tangled with each other, you're not able to find a timeline that gives you that insight you were looking for. But as you're working with those threads, the thought just suddenly occurs to you, if another thread further down the line were to get tangled in with these too much, then the tapestry itself would just become a snarled ball of yarn. In other words, in some cases, ignorance, it might not be bliss, but it might be safety. So said more plainly, the insight you're getting from manipulating through time and such is realizing maybe the reason he's not answering this question is because I shouldn't know the answer.
Ah, got it. Thank you. We're gonna meet a child in like 20 years.
Not me.
But, I mean, you're here now, so don't leave.
Well, things are already different. I mean, Einar's been here and has helped save us from a couple of things.
Well, we don't technically know if he didn't do that before.
We may just be in a time loop.
No, I wasn't here before.
They probably wouldn't have told you if you were. That would have just confused everything.
I know I wasn't here before. That's the point. This time here is when you all failed. I don't know exactly what it was. You didn't know what it was. I'll know when it's done, though.
But not before.
No.
Well, that's no help at all. If you don't get it done before it's done, then what you're going to change?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it means he'll cease to exist in our timeline.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, so if I sent him back, still reeling about that, but if I sent him back to fix something and he fixes it, then there would be nothing for me to send him back to fix.
But if things are changing all the time, because he's already here, so things aren't the same, so wouldn't that...
But the point that set you all down this path hasn't been changed. He's right. I'm here on borrowed time.
Is there anyone else? Or is it just you?
I was the only one left.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Means you all died. One by one.
Apparently me first.
Okay.
It didn't matter how hard we fought. How hard I fought.
Could I get everyone's perception bonuses?
14.
16.
14.
15.
All right, thank you. Proceed.
So, but for Asma, it said something about someone I trust or don't trust, friend or not friend. He's messing with the fate and future. Was that you? Was that Alward? Is that other Alward? Because it didn't seem like she was very, I think she thought...
Perhaps it was me. I'm here to change the fate, in a way. I know you all don't trust me. I won't lie and say that doesn't hurt. Not that it's your fault.
It's presumptuous. I'm sorry if we made you feel like we don't trust you, but...
Well, why would you?
I mean, I haven't.
I mean, that's fair. Apparently, he's been talking weird things to you, but...
He said a lot to me.
I thought...
And I don't know why me.
I'm sorry, Neros. I started fighting in this war when I was 13. That's when I killed my first man. We were running, trying to escape. Howard said we had to run, we had to leave the town. They were trying to catch us. They grabbed Mum. They grabbed Grandmum. I shouted for them to stop, to let us go. And I picked up my father's sword and ran them through. I didn't know what I was doing. You were the only one that could help comfort me.
That doesn't seem like me. How
I mean,
That's confusing.
you helped comfort me many times.
By offering you alcohol.
Well, that is a little different.
You were more grown up then,
Okay.
but you knew what it meant to be in a situation you didn't want to be in, to be different from everyone else. I wasn't a kid anymore. Even when we got away and I wasn't me anymore. All of you were my family. You, he points at Val, gave me this. And
What is it?
it's a brooch of shielding.
Ah.
And you see some of it's been used. The cloak, and he gestures to the cloak, was the last gift from my mother before I came here. That, and he points next to it, and you see that stein, that was from you. And now, when you look at it, you realize it looks exactly like your bottomless stein. Perhaps a little more worn, but it is the exact same one.
That tracks.
So it also has witch's brew?
Yes.
Yes.
I have played it. It has always had witch's brew.
Love that.
And that, pointing at Outward, this Aeon Stone was from you.
Not in character question. What kind of Aeon Stone?
It heals me. It's a
Ooh,
pearly
the-
white one.
I love that one. So good.
You gave me that many years before. I'm here to correct the past. At least that's what I was told to be here for. What I'm really here for is to save all of you.
But what if we're not meant to be saved? Pharasma seemed pretty upset when she brought up that someone was trying to change the fate and destinies.
Pharasma. I don't fear Pharasma. She has nothing on me. And to be perfectly frank, she deserves nothing. And he glances at Neros.
Nereus just looks at you a little confused.
Not your consideration. Not even her worship. Pharasma can be wrong.
Or we just don't understand it.
You said that. You always did say that. Up to the day you didn't come back.
Well, I don't know. I mean, fate is fate. Like I said, all I heard from her is that she seemed upset about it. It doesn't mean that she's against it. Perhaps I can do some more praying. This could be part of it, you coming back. Could be part of our fate.
I don't know if it's right either. If I'm perfectly honest.
Fate is a fickle thing. My mom used to tell me a story about a leaf in the river. It would go down until it met a fork in the river, and it would go down one direction. Turns out that part of the river would just meet back to the earliest part that it came from, and it would just keep doing that until one day it went to a separate branch. I always thought that story was about forging my own way and making my own decisions, but hearing you talk and Val, your worries about this, what's going to happen, it sounds like that story may be more about making the right decision to go a different path than we had before. And it doesn't matter how many times this has happened, if it has. But maybe maybe you can actually change things, Einar. Whether or not Pharasma likes it.
Well, I mean, Phrasma knows as well as we all do that fate is not currently set right now since Aradin's death. So we don't know what the future holds, except for what it is right now.
I know as long as I'm still here, the future hasn't changed.
So we're still halfway down that stream. And who knows, it could branch after that second branch.
So, what did you know about Ylva when we were fighting with her? And she's trying to convince us to take on the troll.
Not the first time I fought a troll. They succeeded. Ylva did. In bringing the army.
Oh, okay.
I know of the Eridsons, obviously. Different now than they would be. I thought that I would just help you all take them down individually. I thought maybe when we stopped Ylva and we prevented the troll army that was it. Or when we stopped the Wolfskins warriors that now they didn't have the power to enact their plans, but
you would know if all of this happened before, if they went down or not.
Things aren't the same. I wasn't told everything. I was told I couldn't know everything. I was told I couldn't tell you anything. That's why I was so secretive, that it would break the timeline irreparably. Apparently that was wrong, or the damage is already done.
You said you were here on borrowed time. Alward said something about you disappearing. You're not gone yet. You're still here fighting our fight.
For now, when I said I gave up everything, I did. If I succeed, there is no more me. I will cease to be.
Alward just looks like he's come out of like a deep thought, and it's a little, with how I understand everything, there's probably no fixing where you came from, but there might be able to fix this. Let me show you. And then I'm going to cast Time Sense a few times and sort of pluck a thread out of the air and sort of hang it there. And visually, the thread seems to be forming out of like a million tiny spindlets constantly in a thing. So this here is the moment being created. This is the moment, and this is all of the moments past. And I'm sort of pointing at the thread. So I can't tug that way. I can't see what's going to come more than a few threads ahead of me. So what you're saying is another me has another thread that they can pull on, and it meets up with mine somewhere. Does that make sense?
He reaches out and snips one of the future threads.
Oh, it's just a visual.
And you see it fall away.
Apparently it's not a visual. How did you do that?
That's what I want to do. As it dissipates, is eliminate a possibility.
He wants to dam up the river to make the leaf go the other way.
Yeah. And then I'm going to sort of wave my hand and it disappears.
I tried to understand when you explained it then. I don't know how you did it. I know that you were significantly more powerful than you are now.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. It's 40...
And you were willing to try
60 years.
More reckless things after.
What? How would you know? Because you're not... If I sent you...
After She died.
I don't want to know who. No, I'm gonna assume you're talking about Val. It's fine.
No.
I'm sorry you die, Val.
That's okay. It's gonna happen to all of us eventually.
After your mother died.
No, she won't die for another 400 years. It's fine.
You couldn't get the medicine.
Why are you allowed to tell me about this?
Because it's your fault that I'm here.
But then tell me when the war starts. Tell me tell me what happens to Val. Tell me what happens to. It's my fault.
They all die.
No. I know they're going to die, but according to you, Neros lives to be 60. Val lives to be around that age too, and we don't know about Sophia. I'm sorry, Sophia.
On the run, constantly fighting, trying to turn the tide. Withered, grey, defeated, hopeless.
I'm going to go to bed now. And Alward's like visibly shaking, and he's just going to walk off to whatever floor his room is on in this eldritch abomination of an apartment.
The first floor, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Now you all know.
So if what we're about to do doesn't work, what are we about to do here since it doesn't work?
Mother. She's the only one that I can think of that could be the nexus, if you will.
The Erickson mother lady?
Yes.
The nexus.
What about Svelta? She's the one communicating with the dead king or whatever.
From what we learned from Hody, she's just a girl. A young girl being used.
But they seem to all be taking instruction from her.
But even then, they all took instruction from Mother. He walks over to his pack and pulls out a book. You probably recognize it, as you've seen them several times before, because Uver used to write in one every day. I had a little bit of help. I wasn't lying when I said I was a friend of Uver's.
Did you use the forest to come back?
No, I just...
there. No.
We knew you'd be there.
Okay. So what's with the tattoos, if I might ask?
At that moment, you hear the sound of something heavy scooting from just inside the apartment.
Alward, what are you doing?
Burning the house down.
We're just on a chair scooting across the floor.
It's how I cope. Leave me alone.
I like the vibrations. Calm me down.
Are you saying we just hear something inside?
Yeah, you're just hearing that of something being scooted.
I thought Elwood said he was going to bed.
Maybe he's taking the bed to another room like I had to the couch.
I forgot about that.
I'll be right back.
And as you're heading that way, a sandy blonde young man stumbles out of the apartment and is like, "All right, Kellic, I just finished checking the goat hill," and looks around to all of you. "Oh, I think I'm in the wrong house," and starts backing up back into the apartment.
Who are you?
And that's where we'll end this episode.
Who is that?
All right. And the hero point for this episode is going to Sven for the very interesting handling of unraveling and revealing all that information and just really directing that scene. It was very fun. I just got to sit back and be the audience today.
Well, that was a long time coming. Yeah, enjoy Einar, guys. I'm going to go sit down.
All right, so go ahead. If you like this episode, jump onto the socials, jump into the Discord or something. Let us know what your theories were for what was going on with Einar. Did you call it? If so, when did you know? And we will see you all in the next episode. This has been an Atomic Broadcasting production. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to give us some support by liking, commenting, and following. These things really do make a difference in getting the word out and helping our community grow. Also, make sure to check us out on Threads and check out the Discord server, where you can chat with other fans and discuss all the recent developments and happenings. Links to all these good things in the description below. The Written in the Lost is an original story that uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's fan content policy. Atomic Broadcasting and The Written in the Lost are not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Hope to see you all in the next episode. Until then, have an atomic time.
How would I comfort a 13-year-old boy?
By offering him alcohol.
I don't offer alcohol to underage people.
It's war. I don't.
Don't you give me that look.
You
Jordy?
literally just did that at the party.
When?
Oh, that is true. You did.
Oh! Listen, there's a difference between 18 and 13. Is there? Yes.
Underage is underage.
We don't know the drinking age of this place.
Can we amend that a little bit? Can everyone stop laughing first?